Hey, it's your girl Monique 69 Ways, and I am here with Lighting Up with Letitia, and we are here to talk about Beyond the Gates, season 1, episode 74 and through 78. We just gonna talk about the people, okay? Cause, child, yes.
Hey,
But before we get into it, make sure y'all subscribe to our channel and hit the like button for us. We greatly appreciate it. And
thank
it's
you.
been a minute since I talked about Beyond the Gates. What about you, like Nova Teach? Because I know you've been making shorts. So what's that?
Same. Yeah, I was doing really well with the shorts, and then unfortunately I had to take a break. It's just been kind of a whirlwind in life. Life be life in out here. So I thought it was a great thing for us to get together and catch on up with the catch up crew. So
Okay. Yes, we the catch up crew. I mean, we still watch nonetheless.
right.
We still invested in this soap. Yeah, because we are taking a liking into these characters. Some more than others. Some of them we
Exactly.
can care less. Okay, we still gonna talk about them, but we can care less. Okay. Okay, so let's get into this past week's episodes. And I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. Yeah, I know I enjoyed my Juneteenth.
Me
Uh
too.
yes.
Yes, it was restful too, for sure. Full of
Yeah.
joy and full of rest.
So let's pull I got some screenshots so we can just go through the characters.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, we're gonna start off Miss Anita the Diva Dupree. Okay. She is like headed to Chicago, trying to, with the ladies, trying to spark some things up for this reunion concert. I'm like, is it just one concert or is it a tour? I don't know, but she gonna be in Chicago for several weeks, so she had to check in with her husband and her family, and
Hmm.
had to tell everybody she gone. She ain't tell nobody bye but her husband.
Right. Right. And Nicole had a whole fit, like, oh my gosh, girl.
Hey, Candy
Mm-mm-mm.
Love
Hey,
TV,
Candy.
child, yes,
I will say I love her. I love this outfit.
she look
It's
good in
super
white.
cute. And I was wondering if she was actually gonna show up or not. So here we are seeing her finally. But I was like, dang, she must have had another
A
maybe she
gig.
was filming somewhere else. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and they had her go. But I really because I wanted to see some of the background. Like, tell us how it's going while y'all rehearsing and stuff like that. I want to
Yeah,
see.
with Sharon and them, Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, while y'all in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
going
Back
past
in
the
the
old
old
neighborhood.
neighborhood.
Right. I'm like, Computer Green, y'all would be from those projects. That was something
Lord.
else. One of the famous projects in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. If
I'm
you ever
actually
see,
surprised they used the real name. I thought they would
I'm
make
not
something like
surprised.
similar, just because only because
I mean, if they
everything
could
else
say Chicago, we know.
true.
If you
True.
say Chicago, we know they ain't like that's not a neighborhood in Chicago. And Computer Green, like I said, is one of the famous neighborhoods in the city. So
Mm-hmm.
it's one of the famous. And if you it been in like you said, Cooley High,
Good
half of it,
times.
Good Times, and Candyman, the
Penny, I was
original.
about to say, yep. Mm-hmm, you're right.
So this a famous. I'm like, yeah. So people would know like that's not a real neighborhood in Chicago. Like, yeah. And she's a particular age, so she would know how it was back in the day in
True
those
that.
projects. So I would
True
just
that.
like to see the background of them working, like you said. Hopefully they might do it here and there, but just her just calling every time. No.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to see her with them with the agent person. I would love to see that as well
Same.
as they get ready. So
And let us in on one of those rehearsals, because
okay.
when they did that karaoke with Danny and Naomi, that
Naomi.
was they sounded good. I was like,
That was
okay,
cute. That was
yeah.
cute.
So I'm like, let me
Yes.
see.
Okay. Yeah. So she had to call in and check in. She seemed like she's really excited to be with the ladies because they definitely had some drama with their whole
Mm-hmm.
background. So I was like, oof. And they have a one fallen member who founded the group. So it was
Hmm. Or
very
so they
emotional.
say, or so she thinks. Because I just really feel like I don't think their story is done, obviously. So
No,
I
no,
need to
no.
figure. I'm ready for them to get back to it so like we can see what because we where does Dante Green out at? We need to bring him on.
Hello? I'm like, is he still alive? Is he still breathing? Like,
Okay.
where's Dante at? Okay.
All that
Cause
hollering
we
and doing
keep
that.
mention they keep mentioning his name. He causing all the ruckus, okay?
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I totally
Hopefully he's
agree.
somewhere laid up in the bed with cancer. But anyway,
Oh no. Dang.
after what all they said he would have part of, like
Oh,
no. It's called karma, okay?
oh Lord have mercy. I mean,
No.
I wouldn't have said those words, but I do feel like she need to be paying
A illness
somewhere.
of some kind, okay? I don't care.
Definitely need to be paying somewhere for real. I agree.
Yeah, so it was just nice to see Anita to you know, reunite with the ladies and work
Hmm.
on her past stuff. But I would like to know where Vernon fits in that in her past stuff with the group and stuff. So it's something else there. Definitely something else there with the articulist, I would have to say.
Hmm.
So I can't wait to see that's coming. Uh-oh. Our favorite couple,
Okay.
Nicole and Ted.
Okay.
Our
All
favorite
right.
couple who are not a couple right now, but
I'm like, come on, Nicole. Come on,
I
girl.
still have faith in them coming back together, but.
Me too. I do. I
I
want
mean,
them to come
I
back
don't
together.
mind them being separated at this moment because I mean it just happened and she's embarrassed and she's really hurt and rightfully so.
Right.
So she can take her time, but I don't know how much long she needs to take. That's up to between those two if she gonna file or not
I just I hate the move she made today. Like or this week.
this
Like
week.
just okay, the one she did try to stick it to him where she was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Listen, them flowers you gave me, yeah, it was pretty and everything, but I gave them to the staff. I ain't even take them home. Like, dang, burn." But I hate the move that she made about, updating their information, their trust stuff. I was like, come on now. It ain't that far yet, is it? Come on. Yes, thank you,
Yeah.
Candy.
Thank you, Candy. Yes, everything. Hit the like buttons. Make sure you subscribe. Share this video
Mm-hmm.
out if you watch Beyond the Gates. But yes, yeah, I still hold faith in Dana Leslie need to go.
I mean, she makes me so mad, Dana Leslie, Anna Sherry, Lulu. She made me so mad. But I love I love the drama that she brings. It's just
Oh
like,
yeah,
ooh, I
without a
cannot
doubt.
stand her.
She's so
But
messy.
he's so messy. And really, she really is Delulu. Like there's something wrong with her. Her talking to herself in the mirror. It's one
I
thing
will
to do
never forget she
affirmations,
dressed up like Nicole that one time with the wig. I was like, yo,
doing too much. Doing too much. But
okay,
she waiting to use that thing too. She
not to
waiting to
use that
use
thing.
she waiting to use that thing. Wait till she get Ted alone one time. She gonna bring out that wig. She probably gonna have her back towards him.
And I'm tired of Ted being nice to this cray cray.
Thank
Especially
you.
when he had her in his hotel room for my time and Kat had to come disrupt the peace. I mean, disrupt the chaos because he is so nice. I know y'all have like a child together. I'm gonna put air quotes, but I'm still need you to get that DNA test. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying, even though Eva cool or whatnot, but girl, no, you need a
Mm-hmm.
DNA test
And
of your
honestly,
doing. If you know she is this treacherous, why y'all believing something that Dana
anything she's
Leslie all her
saying,
right? Thank you.
right. And that's
And
that to
you,
me that goes for anybody else.
she
Like
lied to
Ted,
her own daughter.
my gosh.
And why the daughter not is believing this? I don't know. I guess because
Even
she took the straw. I guess she had a part of taking that his DNA from that straw or whatever.
I feel like Eva is just in an awkward place just because she was raised by this woman. So
I
part
agree.
of it is for her, it's this her mama still plays emotional and mental games with her.
Oh,
So
without a
it's
doubt.
just something she is gonna have to overcome, probably through therapy or something like that, in order for her to get past what her mama be saying. Because her mother is clearly she's mm-mm. You cannot trust anything that she says, period. And then there are times when you see, I'm about to call her Trish, Lord have mercy. There are times you see Dana Leslie that, and she does seem sincere in some of her, like her talks or whatever. So I think it's just difficult for people to ever, I think they can't fathom the thought that somebody will be this wicked all the time. So they listen to her. But to me, I would be Mona. Like, girl, get out my face. Don't talk to me. I ain't got nothing to hear. I ain't got
She said,
nothing
"Yeah,
for
cause
you.
Mona had to tell her like you could have did that with Ted. It's okay to get back with Ted, but to humiliate Nicole is beyond me. Like why she had nothing to do with it or
Nothing.
do nothing. She did nothing to you to warrant that humiliation on her
Mm-hmm.
anniversary. So it's like, yeah, I agree. Even to some degree, Eva been telling her that she was like, "What Nicole got to do with it? We supposed to be sticking it to Ted."
Mm-hmm.
Cause she be telling Eva that Ted just left us for dead, and the whole time he didn't know she existed. It's like he had a kid out there.
Right. Right.
Child,
The one thing I will say about Ted now, and I love me some Keith Robinson, he finally seems like Ted now. Like when he first came
settle
on,
in the character.
I felt like his attire just was not quite him. Now he's showing up with a nicely fitted suit. He looked good. Like there were times at the very beginning I was like, "That
It
was
was a
that
struggle.
Maurice's jacket because it's too big. It don't look right. What is going on? Come on, you are a nice looking dude. Come on with this."
Cause we
And
know
now,
Ted, the first Ted was shredded. Okay,
yes.
you can see it through his suit jacket. Like, yeah,
And now he's finally got like suits that he didn't do quite the turtleneck, but it looks similar. There was something he had on earlier this week that I was like, okay, we about to head to the turtlenecks, but it wasn't quite a turtleneck, but it did look good on him. So finally he's in some fitted suits that look good. I'm like, okay, Ted, I
yeah.
see
Cause
you
we
now.
know the original Ted was famous for some
Turtleneck.
turtleneck. I'm like, oh, you gonna do all seasons, huh? Turtlenecks.
He looked good in him though.
I
I
mean,
said,
he look
okay,
good. I ain't
good.
gonna look. I ain't gonna. He look good, but come on now. It had to be spring, summer, sometime. Like, what we doing?
Who especially in the DMV. So,
Yeah,
okay.
that part. So yeah. So that I just wish them well. We shall see. When I mean Nicole, she is handling it better than uh most, like her sister, because we know well, her sister gave when Bill and the whole Haley situation. Blinky's out. She is doing everything out of the blue. But
Hmm.
Nicole is really I don't know. I was hoping she would have a little bit of Danny in her for us, like chewing out someone. But
I don't think we
she
got that part yet. I think we will at some point,
I
but I
think
don't
it's in
know.
stages, right? You think so, like
Hmm.
the whole okay.
At
I
least
was
Danny
thinking
got
so.
her to, break some cups. Was that last week?
And yeah, she wrote something. I was like, yes, get angry. Yes, thank you. Get a
Cause
baseball
girl.
bat.
Hmm. Yep, and take it to something of Leslie's.
Okay.
I'm just saying, and then have
Right.
them cover it up for you. Cause yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Nicole and Danny, child, this week, little sis had to break the news to big sis about her and Andre. I was like, my nephew? Because she felt guilty because Nicole said she is tired of people lying to her. So Danny
Mm.
said, I got to tell you something about me and Andre. I'm like, yeah, you might as well because Nicole is laying on thick talking about she tired of people lying to her with the whole Ted
Hmm.
and Eva and Dana Leslie and all her aliases of it all. She just tired me and lied to her, and then it's when Danny had confessed, and it just went downhill from there.
It did not go well,
Mm-mm.
unfortunately.
Not at all. She said he's not my nephew. We not do blood, not yours. He's like. He said he's much younger than you. She said, he ain't that young. I'm like, Danny. And then one time she used the wrong word, jealous. Are you jealous? She's like, yeah, I'm jealous of you sleeping with my nephew. I'm like, girl, I'm like, she used the wrong word, but I know what she meant. Like,
Mm-hmm.
cause Nicole said she relied on Andre for support and stuff like that.
Right.
So,
I mean, oh Lord, that one's difficult because I feel like I've been in a similar situation. I
oh,
feel
do
like it's
tell.
not ideal. I won't go that far, but I feel like it's not ideal. But the truth is, these people are grown. You know,
Hey,
it's
Lemon Kush.
hey, Lemon Kush, how you doing? I
Hey.
feel like it's their business. But I think when people they feel betrayed if you didn't tell them up front, and but
Mm-hmm.
notice how the girls found out they didn't even confront their mama. They was kind of like, okay, be doing their thing, and they just kept it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Kat and Chelsea did not care that Danny might have been getting her groove on, because they just happy
They
that,
was
look, she
cracking
not
up.
crashing out.
They was
Right.
cracking up like, okay. Then like they know he is not. They not blood related to him,
Exactly, period.
but they
So I
do view
mean,
him as like family of some sort, like, but not
yeah.
blood.
And that's why I said it's not ideal.
Right.
I if you had to choose it, I probably wouldn't. But because it did happen, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like people grown. And it probably will take her a little bit of time to get used to it. But even Ted didn't trip when Dre told him.
Yeah, he was worried about Nicole. How Nicole gonna react to it? He like, yo. And then Andre's stupid self said about me and Daniel had to double date with you and Nicole. I'm like,
Now you're going too far. You're going too far and you're doing too
I'm
much.
like, sir, like no, mm-mm,
It's not
not
that.
at all.
Ain't that kind of party. No.
Okay.
He need to stay in the background. But okay, we haven't gotten to them yet, but I feel like Andre is sending mixed messages. Maybe not
Oh,
to
we could talk
Danny,
about we could talk about it. We could talk about it.
but he's sending mixed messages to us. Like, boy, what are you doing? Like, who do you want for real?
And
You
Danny
talking to
too,
Danny. Yeah, but I feel like he's telling Danny that
cause
I
she said
mean,
she don't want to be hurt like Bill did her. And he said I'm not gonna hurt you or hurt. He keep telling Ted, her. I'm like, but you got this Ashley thing lingering on, so that's like
yes.
foreshadowing. Like talking about you ain't gonna hurt her. Like I see you hurting her with Ashley of it all.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I totally agree. Because you doing back, it's giving. He's waiting to see whether or not Ashley is going to choose him. And then he will, choose Ashley. I don't think he'll choose Danny over Ashley. But I
No,
also don't think that Danny, I can't
I
take
don't
them
think they should
seriously.
be. I don't think they should be together anyway, since it's
I
gonna hurt
agree.
people as
That's-
a family,
I
especially
agree.
Nicole.
I agree.
It get too messy when it get to that
Mm-hmm.
part. If he
I
hurt
don't think,
her, it definitely gonna get messy. And you know the
yes.
Duprees, how they show up.
Mm-hmm. Now he about to be on the outside because Danny is about to get in her feelings about him going towards Ashley. But I feel like Ashley is in her feelings when he saw her, when he
Right.
saw Andre with Danny. These people are messy. DC is a
But Danny gonna be
fairly
more
big.
hurt. Even though she still hung up on Bill. We know she still hung up on Bill. I mean, it's been 20 years since they've been married for 20 years. But I know it's gonna be a minute before she get rid of Bill out of her system. But
Mm-hmm.
when she asked Andre if there's someone else, he said no. I mean, she
Mm-hmm.
asked and he said no. And he
And
already know how she feel about Bill. She kind of still. She said, "You, we built a life together for 20 years, so it's not easy to, you know." And he said
just
he
walk away.
understand, but whatever, I
Mm-hmm.
guess.
Girl, they were
But now
together 30 years.
30.
Mm-hmm.
I
Bill and
don't know why I said 20. Who's
yep.
together for 20? I must got that from a different show.
Oh,
Never mind.
Nicole and Ted.
Oh, there, you look, see. I'm getting people numbers mixed up. So 30
Mm-hmm.
years. Okay.
Yep. 30 years, and then he divorced her for that young thing. Same age as their daughter.
Now he in physical therapy, child.
Mm, mm, mm.
Uh-uh. Mm-mm-mm. I'm
Oh, let's
from.
get to them because who's
Yeah.
next?
Wait, let me see who's next. Because I don't know. I want to get this away.
Okay.
These people. Uh, Smitty Martin, Granddad Vernon Dupree, and this waitress that been stalking them every time they come in there. At first, they was at first saw this person at Orphy
Orpy
Jeans.
jeans. Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, who is that? I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then some episodes went by and he pop up at the country club. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, oh, okay. And this Martin's dreams is getting worse. Nightmare dream, whatever you want to call it. It's getting worse because now he's like can be talking and it just pop in his head like a visual, like a flash of him,
Mm-hmm.
like out of the movie scene. So it's like he get these flashes and he hears familiar voices, and the waitress is one of those voices, like "What the color of your money" or something. I forgot what the line he keep repeating. And he also heard another voice, due to Smitty is doing a uh what's it called, expose on Detective Marcel Malone,
It was
which
supposed
is
to be just like a little puff piece though, like a honorary or like an honorary, not
because
honorary,
he
but
yeah,
honoring
honoring because
piece.
he's retiring, trying to
Yes,
retire
but
out
it's
of the
turning into an
force.
expose.
Yeah, because Smitty got the investigator reporter background thing going
Mm-hmm.
on, so he can't help it. But he did notice when he was doing his homework that he's working with Joey.
Oh, excuse me. Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm
So,
like,
it also in Martin's daydreams now, nightmares, whatever, he is starting to see faces.
thank you. I was
And
about to say,
Malone is in there at one
mm-hmm.
point, and then
Yep,
later on, we also see Elon, which is the chief of police,
yep,
aka Jacob's daddy,
yep.
is also in this nightmare. And this guy, at this point, he's becoming aggressive. He
Mm-hmm.
started like gaslighting. Well, he started making Martin feel like he was hallucinating. He whispered in his ear and carrying on.
Yes, I'm like,
That was
oh my
crazy.
god. I'm like, that's the one way to f with somebody mind, and he already think he
Mm-hmm.
tripping.
Mm-hmm. And then he finally confirmed that he is who he thinks
Finally,
he is. And we only get a partial story though, because the guy, the I don't know what his name. We don't know his name, but
we
the
know his
waiter,
name.
he mentions his brother
Uh
not
huh.
being here any longer,
Yep.
to be able to confront him so that he is and he's going to make them pay. But also, this is the first time I feel like they've ever addressed race
Yep.
up in here, and he did make it known that he didn't like the fact that these rich black folks was out here running free while blah 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 blah. We don't know the rest, but he's alluding to the fact that they all covered up something regarding him and or his brother.
Mm.
And so, and he making it like he's there to avenge his brother in some
Brother.
capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what it means, but what we can piece together, because there was a car involved
Yep.
and
I
all
about to say
that
the
sort of
car.
thing. So it's like, okay, did somebody? I think we've always guessed from the beginning that maybe
It seemed like I
somebody
saw a
was
crowbar
unalive.
at one point in the flash. I'm like, is that a crowbar? I
Oh,
don't know.
oh, and remember he said he was changing his tire. Martin was changing his
Well, it wasn't a
tire.
crowbar. It was a what's thing?
I know
You
what
know
you
that
mean.
thing when you change the tire.
Yes, yes, but I knew what you meant. I assumed it was a crowbar too. Yeah, so that makes sense too because we saw that visual and the guy confirmed that yeah, you was changing your tire and
Mm-hmm.
oh Lord, just well tell us already. Shit. I
Thank
mean,
you.
no.
Like we need to know. We can't be doing all these puzzle pieces, try to put it together. But this is a soap, so
Hmm.
this is not a regular drama. So
Now
this is
I feel
soap
bad for
drama.
Martin.
Yeah, I do feel bad, especially he whispered in his ear. He's talked to him at the country club, and he
Mm-hmm.
already losing his mind. He can't really come talk to Smitty like that, but Smitty is also part of it because he's doing this expose for Malone, and he gonna run
Mm-hmm.
into it anyway. And he know when Martin be lying. I'm like,
Yep.
Martin, y'all be together for a while. You think he don't know when you lying? Like, come on.
Exactly. Exactly. But
Even the
speaking of
kids
Smitty,
know when they be lying. Like,
I don't know, but even Smitty, child, I think he gonna uncover something that's not gonna
same.
be good for him, not gonna be good for the family, and oh
Smitty is
Lord.
so by the kind of by the books, I would say, cause he knows the Dupree family, but he don't know their dealings and details. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he know they got pool and resources, but he don't know he don't know the details of their doings. Um, but he everything is like black and white for him. There's no gray area when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to right and wrong, right and wrong.
Mm-hmm. But
So
Monique,
he,
girl, it is giving the way Vernon acted this week, which it's giving
yes,
the family business. Okay. It's
look,
giving y'all do one thing by day and something
and
else by
something
night.
else. Thank you,
Because what
because
is
you know they got
happening
it's all about appearance. Okay,
is
it's all about how
mm-hmm.
they show up in this behind the gates.
Yes. And based
So,
on the conversation he had with Anita, it makes me wonder that okay, because at first I've
mm,
always thought, okay, first of all, I've always side-eyed Vernon and Anita. Always. I love them. They're a beautiful couple.
same
They
here.
built this beautiful legacy and all this sort of thing, but they was on some BS. Because
Oh yeah.
anytime somebody is that syrupy sweet, you're hiding something. I don't care what you say. Life can be wonderful, but all the time they were always giving they were doing a little bit too much. So then when they started talking about when they brought in Bill and it was like, oh my gosh, well, we can't go too far because you know we have basically our own skeletons and stuff like that. I got the
Because
impression
when
that
Naomi was trying to sue him for on behalf
yes.
of those ladies, they
Mm-hmm.
at first Anita was like, "You got to do what you got to do if you're doing it for the client." Because even Naomi was questioning herself, "Is this gonna be personal or whatever?" And they know that Bill holds all this family secrets.
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing you know, they having lunch when Naomi tell us to drop the suit. I'm like,
Mm-hmm. But right there, I assumed that both Anita and Vernon were in on whatever it is, because even Bill
yes,
blurted out, "Well, you need to go and talk about, if you got questions, then you need to go and approach the not he didn't call them the famous, but the something the grand Anita and Vernon Dupree or something like that." Anyway,
yeah, I know what
but
you're
when
saying.
he was talking to Anita on the phone, then I got the impression that maybe Anita is not privy to whatever this
Everything,
is.
everything.
So I'm like, oh, it's getting
I wouldn't be
messy.
surprised if Burnett kept some things from Anita.
Because she seemed ride or die. So what reason would you need to keep it from her? She's very chippy, like so. There's no
and
reason to
sh-
keep
and
stuff
she
from
know
her.
how to right. And she know, like you said, she very ride or die. She know how to get a mug off you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because we see how she talked to Danny, Leslie, and all her aliases when she came to her
Mm-hmm.
house, and how she handled her bandmates. She's like,
Yep.
oh no, y'all not gonna make me feel guilty. I ain't the only one. Like
Right.
y'all.
And the way they handled that lady with the foundation, fired her tail,
Thank you,
rebuilt a new one real quick, and
and got Danny a part of it.
that was hilarious. I said, "Ooh, she kind of ruthless." And so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I'm looking forward to it though.
I'm like, I
Mm-mm.
would say that's that Chicago green green. That Midwest attitude. But
That
anyway.
Midwest. Mm-mm-mm. That is hilarious.
Yeah,
Whew.
so this is what Martin Smitty and Daddy Dupree got going on. I can't wait till it all come together because we just getting bits of pieces, and it seems like it's coming to form,
Mm-hmm.
into something. So we need to get the whole story from beginning to the end because we just getting like pieces. We piecing stuff together like a puzzle piece. So I
Right.
can't wait till that get flushed out for what actually happened that night. And that got everyone involved. So we see what's coming where everybody gonna be in that dang on room.
Mm-hmm.
Crooks and liars. Liars and
Yep.
crooks.
Yepers. Yep.
I don't care what title they got. Congressmen, senators, lawyers, whatever. Cops, chief. Y'all is hiding something. Y'all are liars and
Mm-hmm.
crooks.
And Ted in it on the I was like, oh shoot.
Oh
Lord have
no.
mercy. I can't wait till next week. That's gonna be ooh, that's gonna be a good oh my gosh.
That's the perfect reaction because that's what I say every time they come watch girl like, oh my god. Uh so Vanessa, Joey, and what's her name? Dr. McBride.
Doug. Mm-hmm.
The that whole triangulation is weird. Doug don't really care if she's sleeping because he got a gambling problem, and it seems like he don't really care. I don't know. He knows she doing it. It's not like he's trying to fight for his marriage, but he's just trying to deal with Joey of it all and his gambling debt.
Mm-hmm.
So we know Joey want to wash his money through her esteemed real estate business she's have, and she falling for Joey in the process before she even know what the real deal was crazy. I'm like, you so worried about your husband cheating, you
Mm-hmm.
may want been cheating old and young. Like, what is
Thank
you
you.
doing?
I'm very confused by Vanessa because
Same.
when she busted on the scene this week and she was making all these demands towards Joey after
Joey.
being played by him last week, he put her on that
Mm-hmm.
table and then
Spread
it was
eagle.
revealed that
And then
Doug owed that debt. But when
Ew.
she busted in this week, I thought, okay, she making all these
Standing
demands.
on business.
Yes, she must have a plan.
18%. Right.
But then when Doug confronted her and said, "You only like this situation because it's dangerous," and I felt like, oh, that was a letdown to me because I really want Doug and Vanessa to team up and really let Joey have it.
But
But
she got a
in like
weakness. Both of them got a weakness.
clearly,
Doug got a gambling problem and Joey on the gambling spot.
hmm
She yearning for something more than Doug, obviously. More vitamin D. So she getting it from
hmm
old man Joey. He must be putting it down and doing something. At his
Joey
age.
is dealing with two addicts.
Thank you.
Period.
And he knows that before they even knew that about each other. So he already
hmm
knew them before they knew about each other for real, for real. But
Yep.
so he was already plotting and planning on them. So there's that. 18%, and she said she confronted him about like why you need my business because I guess they already snooping about your casino because he got this casino. She like if you need my business so bad, they must already be looking at this casino. So she already called him out on that, which is true because they are looking at Joey in this casino of it all. So
Yep. True. But I feel like unfortunately, I feel like so okay. So this actor, the one that plays Joey, he I guess he's a big star from one of the other
hmm
soaps,
hmm
and
I think it
so
was General Hospital. I remember
I think
him being
so.
in,
So he's basically like a main character. So in my back of my mind, I'm like, okay, so they never really
and
gonna
he know
get
the
rid of Joey.
creator and the showrunner. They go way back, so that's
Okay,
why.
gotcha. So I figured they're never really gonna get rid of Joey. So they're never gonna be able to. They might one up him every now and then, but considering that he's one of the men in the room in
hmm
that uh in that preview, child, Vanessa don't know what she doing when she can't come against everybody in that room. So if they're in cahoots, then
We shall see how.
yeah, we're gonna see how. I hope you can't.
Yes.
Girl, there's a fly. It came. We opened up the windows today for me to put the air conditioners in, and now there's this fly in here. And then in
Don't
my
you just
mic,
hate that?
you can
Yeah.
hear it. Everything. Now my cat, I think, is looking for it. But I hope y'all can't hear it buzzing because I'm like, what
No,
in the
I
world?
can't hear it, Buzz. I don't hear it, but yeah,
Irritating me though.
yeah, I'm
Like,
cheering for the cat to get that thing on. So
please. I'm like,
yes.
oh Lord.
Moving on to the
Okay.
next people. So we got Ashley and Derek and
Ugh.
Ashley and Andre. This is another triangulation going on here. We know that Derek proposed to Ashley, and she thinking like, "Oh, you come here to break up with me." She was so already upset, and then I'm like, then you would have thought him proposing would not make her upset, if since you were so upset about the breakup. But she said no. She said, "I'm sorry, I cannot say yes." I'm like, girl, you need some therapy. She needs something.
She needs something.
She needs to be honest with herself.
Mm-hmm.
And where's your mama? Cause this ain't it.
This is not
Maybe your
this.
mama could talk some sense to you.
I only have one thing for Ashley. She went from being boring to just hella annoying. Like, girl,
Every which way, but
yes, she's not satisfied by anything that this man is doing. Now, I feel bad for Derek. Like, you know what? You need to leave her immediately and permanently because she can't be satiated. She is not satisfied with anything. And in truth, I really believe she wants Andre.
but she
And
can't be
so,
honest with herself with it for some
right.
reason.
Mhm. But going back and forth with Derek is just that's causing too much drama and too much hurt, and not any involve their friends and everything because Naomi
Jacob,
and Jacob are counseling them and girl,
I ain't like how she pull up on Naomi though. Talking about you let him propose to me. I'm like, girl, you better look
girl,
around.
thank you. And I wouldn't have canceled my client for her either. The hell,
Okay,
I was so bitter at that whole situation. I was calling you, and girl, she is whole busy. Like, what
okay,
is
got a
happening?
whole career.
And she
So do
already
you.
counseled you 10 million times about
Okay.
this situation. You don't, like you said, she doesn't want to be honest. So now I gotta, it's just annoying. She's
They
just
should, like
very
I
annoying to
said,
me.
they should have broke up when they realized they can't live with one another. That's instead of holding on to something
Yep.
that's not really there anymore.
Right.
Okay, I don't think y'all supposed to be each other life forever. Some
Mm-mm.
people come in seasons, so y'all had y'all seasons. Time to move on. Okay,
Yep. How did they even get together in the first place? Because I'm thinking, like, you mean to
he's
tell
a
me,
firefighter and she's a nurse.
yeah, but are they like, have they never come across, she's never acted like this before outside of their home? Like, you would think that people that she got OCD, it seems like, but she's just
I think she switched up when Andre tried to kiss her. He said he want to be more than friends. Remember when Andre went in for a kiss? She like,
I
no.
remember that. But if she had moved in with Andre
And then
instead
ever
of being,
since then, she been moving kind of funny.
that's true. I didn't think about it like that. I really didn't.
I
Because I
noticed
just
that cause she had flashbacks. I was like, cause she seemed like her mind wandered about what Andre was trying to do. Cause she never looked at him that way,
mm-hmm.
far as we know. But she probably was thinking like, okay, probably was
Mm,
thinking about it more like if we cross those lines as
yeah,
being more than friends.
never thought about it like that. I get you
I
right. I
know this
think
little
that's
thing she been acting funny. I'm like, cause at first when we first met on, her and Derek was all cuddled up and stuff like that. And then it didn't help when Derek got hurt in the fire. She had
mm-hmm.
to nurse him back to health.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
Yeah, we bring Janet back. I like Janet. She doesn't get enough airtime. I mean, I understand
is her
why,
name
but
Janet or Jane? Whatever. It started with a J.
I think it's Janet, but they call her Jan.
Jan.
So
Okay.
yes, I think she go by Jan. So
Yeah, that's what I said. Where your mama at, girl? Your mama needs to talk to you. You need to talk to somebody,
she the
cause
only one in your
you
family with
don't
some
need to be
sense.
talking to Andre.
And then Andre then made me mad the other week. Whatever week where he was consoling her at the lounge. I keep forgetting the name of the lounge.
Uptown.
Uptown,
Uptown.
yes. He was consoling her, and then she was like, "Oh my gosh!" And he was saying to her like his words were, "Go back and talk to Derek and everything," but his actions really were not the same. He told me, "Some, I'll take
Hello.
you home. I'll go with you."
And why was you
What?
showing up at Old Town, Uptown? when she knows she's supposed to have dinner at. One Derek was still there. Like, what is you doing? You
Exactly.
spying? Like,
His
what you
actions
doing?
do not match what he is saying. He is on some BS, and he's trying to pretend like he is not. And it's like,
Exactly.
sir,
And lying
no.
to everyone. So they both
Mm-hmm.
lying to themselves and not being honest.
Yep.
We
And then
already
what that?
know Andre feel about Ashley from jump when he came back into the fold.
Mm-hmm.
Because mind you, Andre was the one who always moving around
Mm-hmm. The
in life.
playboy that they called him.
Playboy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
But he's still being a playboy. You're sleeping with Danny, but you're dreaming about Ashley. You're doing too
Ashley
much.
dreaming about him now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, ooh. And then Derek come to get his bag, and he was still being nice to her, take care of her. Like, okay, get this tea, take that painkiller, and I'm gonna go get some caffeine for you. I'll be back.
Yep. It's the
He was
case
still
of the 80.
nice.
It's the case of the 80-20 rule. What they said, what they
Yes,
said in
80
the Why Not
20.
Get Married. You're gonna leave
Yes.
your 80 chasing after that 20 in Andre.
Derek seemed like
Andre,
a nice guy. He got to learn how to not be a slob. I mean, he used to rooming with guys, roommates.
mm-hmm,
So I mean, it's always gonna be an adjustment. So it's like y'all both got to bend if y'all want to make it work.
exactly, exactly. Because he has the other,
And he at least was
attribute,
trying to correct himself.
right? But even that wasn't good enough. He
Child,
was
that's why I
cleaning the
don't.
house, and then she didn't like the way he was cleaning. It's like, oh my
My
gosh,
God, look, we was oh my God, oh, talking about a
girl.
scratch or something on the refrigerator. I'm like, what? I can't get my deposit back now. I got a scratch on my refrigerator. I'm like,
Then he went to the trouble of buffing it
I'd be
out.
glad somebody to come clean my refrigerator.
Thank you. I'm like, come on, Ashley. No, girl, you getting on my last
I'm
nerve.
like, that's it. That's you complaining.
No, it didn't matter. He threw the recyclable container in the trash. And now I might be mad if you ate my lunch though. I might be
Well,
mad
he
about
threw
that.
away the lunch. He didn't eat it because it looked at. I
Okay,
guess
I'd have been mad about that. But and then he pulled it out the trash.
he said still covered. How long it's been in the trash? That's the question. It's supposed to be in the refrigerator.
Oh my gosh, that scene was hilarious. Cause she was crashing out like,
A
mm-mm,
major crash out. She
a
crash out when
mess.
he's a slob. She crash out when he's trying to make an effort.
Mm-hmm. And she crashed
So
out. And the way she treated him at that proposal, I was like, she didn't deserve that proposal
nope.
because, like, really, I was like, you only did it as an ultimatum, girl. What? You
Or as
ruined
a
the whole
bandage
moment.
to our problems. I'm like, if y'all have problems this bad, you should never try to make it work when you thought he moved out.
Thank you.
You got nerves. Like you trying to hold on to something that that's not really real. It's like you want to have this. She said they talk about family and kids. I'm like, how you gonna talk about family and kids, man? Y'all can't even live together.
Exactly.
How that gonna work? You trying to hold on to? You know he a good guy. You just don't want to let this good guy go. It's like you want to
Exactly.
eat your cake and eat it too. Like no,
Hmm. Although I hate that saying because I'm like, that's what cake is for. But just saying.
is it? Like too many people you have uses for cake. Okay, and be part of foreplay and everything.
Okay, but you still gonna eat it. So it's just like, oh Lord. Yeah, but they can. I'm like, bye, Ashley, girl, get it together. I'm not fooling with her.
Look.
She's one of my least favorite characters, seriously,
If
and not
anybody
because she
watched
was
this
born.
channel of mine, and when I was doing, I express that every time I talk about her and Derek. Like these are my least favorite characters. Okay, along
Yeah.
with Doug and Vanessa and the joy of it all.
Amen. Although I mean that storyline is getting
Now
real
that starts
juicy.
sparking up. Look, at first I was like, okay, where we going? What we doing?
Exactly, because I'm like Vanessa, girl. Mm-mm. But we're
They
seeing
situation
glimpses.
spark up more than Ashley and Derek of it all.
I agree. I agree. But we're starting to see glimpses of Vanessa's problem. Remember that dude
Mm-hmm.
showed up at Orphe Jeans? I was like, ma'am, you out here being a whole
The young man.
down.
Yeah.
You doing too much. She's a mess. She is a mess.
That's what we got from like episode one. Like she keep getting approached by these young guys. I'm like, what is she doing? I'm like, oh, this
Mm-hmm.
your husband? But what if he's young?
Mm-hmm.
They be coming by the table and stuff, giving notes and say how they a fan of husbands. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Be going
She a
to the
whole
country
web
club.
mistress.
Thank you.
That's
I
what it
feel
seemed like.
I'm like, I think
Mm,
like you said, Joy been playing them both because he found both of their weakness. He got to get from, and
mm-hmm.
she has a problem of wanting attention. So he also
Yep.
got that escort business. So some of the men could have been from the escort business,
True
like
that.
approaching her, like
True
enticing
that.
her, giving her attention that she's not getting from Doug. So yeah, the new couple in town, y'all, is Madison Montgomery and Chelsea. I'm like, Chelsea, you be
Mm-mm.
moving fast, girl. At first, you
Okay.
just hung up on that girl and her throuplefulness, trying to get her away from her husband, and she wasn't going. What's her name? Was Allison or something?
Allison.
And
And
yeah,
Craig.
yep. So now she on to this pretty face that she saw met at Uptown, and come behold, this is the doctor of her sickly father, Bill, who had
Mm-hmm.
a little stroke. So yeah, she's a neurologist, I think. Yeah, and she's pretty.
She's
And
pretty, but Monique, I do not trust her.
I don't trust none of it. That's moving
Some
too fast.
and maybe I said this on my live on for Divorce Sister too, because this week Carlton showed up
Yep.
briefly, and then we also
Yeah,
saw
briefly.
Tyrell, but they both play on Divorce Sisters.
Yeah.
So and I'm always leery of characters who show up out of the blue. And we had never heard of this neurologist. She had never even been in this part of the hospital before. And all of a sudden, we start seeing her after we see her at Uptown. And so I feel like she came out of nowhere.
It
And
it does feel like that, but nobody has need a neurologist though.
true, but why is she on this
Cause
side?
even Nicole know her by name.
True, but I feel like I'm always leery.
I
And I
know.
feel like she moving funny.
It's okay to be
Because
leery.
at first, when I was like, "Girl, Chelsea, you are doing entirely too much. You scared the girl off. You was mad because she left out on you when you took that call."
And then
But
after
she
they
was
got
just
busy, Chelsea went on her social media. She like, I don't like that.
mm-mm.
She
But
didn't like that.
I didn't like her response to that either.
Hmm.
Because just like you gotta do your job when you're on call and you have an operation, all that sort of thing, she respects that. This is her job.
Yeah, I think after Chelsea laid it that out for her, like, okay, this is just not me picking up, like ignoring you, and not being in a moment with you. I just feel like I have to get back to work, and because that
Hmm.
is her work, it's part of her brand
Yeah.
of it all. So,
But
and
that
once
was
Chelsea laid it out,
I'm
that she
sorry.
kind of understood. I said once Chelsea laid it out that way, explaining
Hmm.
it, she kind of understood. Because not everybody gonna understand. Like people with video games, they were like, you just play on the game all day. Some people they make a lot of money if
Right.
you really making it in a career. So it seemed like
Hmm.
they just playing video games, but no, they make a killing off that.
I'm like, but see where we live in?
Right,
Still,
thank you. She's like, we living.
exactly. I was
See
like,
where we
let me
living.
play my game in peace.
Okay.
No, there was one scene, I think it was last week. It was when Bill was in the hospital
Hmm.
and he went down for testing. And Danny, I think it was Danny and Naomi had waited outside. They didn't want to go into the room just yet.
Well,
But when they
right.
did, I felt like Haley was tampering with something behind Bill's bed. It was very quick. It was super quick. It was like when they
It
came
wasn't a
in her,
pillow.
I mean, I don't know. It was just weird. I didn't go back to go look at it, but I felt like it was weird. And then here come what's her name? Morgan.
Naomi.
Is her name Morgan?
Oh,
What's her name?
Madison.
Madison. Here comes Madison. And there was a comment made by someone else like, "Oh yeah, no, Haley and Dr. Montgomery have Bill hemmed up in the room or something like that."
Hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, what if they are in cahoots again?" Dr. Montgomery came out of nowhere, and Haley is all of a sudden pregnant and and extra weepy. I don't know,
I,
something is off.
I
I'm
wouldn't be
not trusting them.
surprised. I definitely not trusting Haley in this pregnancy of it all.
Mm-mm.
And all of a sudden, he got a life insurance policy of $10 million and got her as the main beneficiary
And what
over that
prompted that?
policy. She said, "I'm just scared that you won't be here for our baby and stuff." And she said, "I don't have no family. I don't have no friends. I'm alone." Because remember, she was crying, weeping on the couch. Because we
Mm-hmm.
already know how Naomi really feel about her. She's like, "I'm grateful you was here to take care of my dad, but she
We
still
still
ain't
ain't
messing
cool.
with you." Right, okay? I don't care what you bring up from the past, what we used to do. Like, girl, I ain't trying to hear that. No.
We ain't never gonna be friends again, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay?
But I just okay. I'm just gonna be watching
Yeah.
Madison.
I definitely
And I'm gonna be
gonna
watching.
Haley.
Mm-hmm.
I
Cause
look. Where the baby bump?
mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I'm not
Where's the
sure.
morning
Oh,
sickness?
that's right. She does have a sonogram already, right?
I don't know. Does
Well,
she?
she showed one. Remember, she did that little uh video. She put projector. She put it on the screen when he was in the hospital bed. So I
Did the
think that.
sonogram have her name on
Mm, now that part I can neither confirm nor deny. I have
it? And she
no
won't
idea.
even take a piss test for Danny. Danny said,
Mhm. See, they looking at Danny like, girl, you just being jealous. You doing too much of that. But she's probably right.
I wouldn't be surprised. It does, because we already know how Danny gets. It does come out like Danny just jealous, then he won't build back. That's obvious.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I'm putting that past Haley.
I agree. Because
Because
what is our end game for real, for real? And also, we don't know
to live a
anything about
comfortable
Haley,
life.
but we don't know
We don't,
anything about her.
she keeps saying she don't got no family. I find that hard to believe. You don't got
Me
nobody.
too. Let us find out that Madison is her older sister.
Dang, why would Madison got a good career? Why would she be her older sister? What, half sister? Or a
Probably. I
cousin?
mean, I don't
A
know.
family relative? Because that's crazy. Because Madison doing real well to be her sister.
I agree.
I guess
But
they
I'm
just
saying,
have two
I thought,
approaches.
did you see, what is that movie called? It was called,
I mean, Haley, she's a what, paralegal or something? But
yep.
how she get her job, she
Hmm.
slept her way to the top. But anyway, yeah,
Oh,
Bill
Monique,
fine.
now I'm gonna have to tell you off line what the name of the movie is called because I can't remember what it was. But it was about
Okay.
these two sisters. Okay, so this wife, she was obviously married, they lost a baby. And then her wild sister, who's very like she does her own thing or whatever, but she's a
Mhm.
troublemaker, shows back up into town, right?
Mhm.
And ends up, it's called something with the past. So the wife's coworker told her, hey, maybe since y'all having so many problems, maybe you should give your husband a pass or whatever, blah, 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 for your anniversary.
Mhm.
So he ends
Why
up
does sound
having an
familiar?
affair
Like
with the sister, right?
sister. Oh my god, that
Yes.
sounds familiar.
And so many things, trouble ensues in all sorts of ways, right? But come to find out at the end, the sisters were in cahoots to take down the
Why does
husband.
sound familiar, though?
I'm
Like,
telling you.
yo, you have to tell me after, like, we gonna talk behind, we gonna talk behind because this sound familiar. Like, I'm like,
Yes.
why does sound familiar?
And that's why I mean, and so maybe I just watch a little bit too much Toby, but
That's okay.
this is giving to me. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll say that. What if she is somehow related to Madison and they are doing something to try to take down maybe the Duprees or just somehow get into this life? I don't know. Because at one point,
Through
the white
Bill,
guy,
take
I
down
don't
the
know.
Dupree.
Now, see that part, I don't know yet, but it could be the whole family because this one is she's attaching herself to Chelsea, and Haley is obviously attached herself to Bill. So I don't know. Maybe they're just doing something. I just because at first though I thought maybe they were undercover in some way because Madison came around the same time the white guy was stalking folks. So I thought maybe they were all in
In
some kind
cahoots.
of thing where they were trying to gather some information on the Duprees, you know. So I don't know. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
doing
I
too much,
mean,
but.
No, I can see that happening too because when they have conversation, Chelsea even know like why you always reverted when I ask you a question, you always reverted back to me. No, we talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's share.
Yep. Not one to tell about herself because, and we still don't know where June fits in anywhere.
No, I
Because
like
I'm
June.
convinced she might be. I thought maybe she might be Haley's mama, or Haley, or she could be Haley's older sister. We don't know anything about Haley in her background.
We can
She could
talk
be
about June
lying.
right now.
Yeah.
Like people I hear see people say June could be because she's still this picture
Mm-hmm.
because she was living on the underpass, and then this cleanup crew like going through people's stuff, throwing stuff away because it look like
Mm-hmm.
garbage to us, but it's like they're valuables for the homeless. That's all they have. That's their stuff. So she said they came and cleaned up like some bullies came through, cleaning up, taking everybody's stuff throwing away. So and she was came to Naomi for some help, and Naomi
Mm-hmm.
had to call Jacob and whatever, and have
Right.
Jacob working on it to see can she get her belongings. And it's just this picture of a boy and a girl child. So some people think that it's Martin's many kids.
Mm-hmm. I was. Yep.
So I'm like,
Yep. I
I
did a
can see
short
that happen.
video. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, because
Mm-hmm.
it's something about this picture. I'm like, who's these kids? That
Mm-hmm.
she like you talking about? At first, she said she found the picture and stuff like that. I will never forget she was in the hospital telling Nicole that damn story when it was about as the world's turn. What's the name character as the world's? I'm like, girl, shut up. I'm like, what? That no. Even I had to look like no.
We was all in. I was all enthralled.
That was
Like
an inside
what?
joke. I was like, look at Michelle. Let me find out.
Oh my gosh,
I'm like,
that
if you
was
know, you
good.
know. Because I think I did a video. I'm like, if you know, you know, child.
June is. I love Jasmine Burke too, so I'm so happy that she's a good addition to the show. But I'm just she's a mystery, and I want to know
Yeah,
what
very
her
mystery.
backstory is. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I knew she wasn't just gonna be some fly by night character. I'm like, why would they choose her to come on? I mean, she has some credits. She's phenomenal as an actress. There's
Mm-hmm.
no way that they just brought her on
I like her in
onesie
Saints and
twosie.
Sinners. Like I said, I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, just no. And then I've seen her in some other videos and movies
Movies,
actually as
yeah.
well. So I'm just like, so it's got to be something. But I'm gonna tell you something. This is so off off subject. Because you brought up Saints and Sinners and made me think. Baby, the chief of police, he is fine as hell. Oh my God.
Look, not you up there listening to Jacob Daddy. Look.
He is so fine. And he tall and
I'm like, Jacob didn't get that hype from his daddy. Look, like, what the mama
ooh,
at?
so
I need to see
didn't.
a
But
picture of mama or something. Like,
he
what?
looked like he a walking giant. He fine, he thick. I
He
said, ooh,
towering over
we.
everybody, even
Mm-hmm.
Malone, Marcel Malone.
Yes.
Cause yeah,
But he was
cause
in, he was in Saints and Sinners too. He always plays
yep.
a cop of some sort. So and dirty. He always plays dirty.
I'm just
So
surprised I'm seeing Malone and Chief Daddy. I'm gonna call him Chief Daddy. Chief.
he was.
Uh, Cause they've been gone for a minute. Cause
Mhm.
after a while, cause people was questioning like, okay, what happened to Jacob, the partner? Like, did he fall off the face of the earth? Because mind you, Jacob is taking on this Danny Leslie and all her aliases case. So like, where his
Mhm.
partner at? So yeah,
He
and
ready
his
to
daddy
retire.
been missing. Because
Mhm.
the lingering thing with Malone is that he was working with Joey
Right.
and
Right.
he was talking to Joey, and Joey want him to handle uh his casino business not being under the FBI or whoever radar or whatever.
Mhm.
So he was telling him that Joey was telling him to handle it. Um, Especially with the whole Jacob, because Jacob was onto Joey at one point.
Mhm.
Like he taking all
Yep.
this cash, but you really don't know why he's taking all this cash.
Exactly. And then
So,
his daddy straight up lied though. Told
yep.
him it was about him being a plant. I said, "Oh lordy,
Yeah.
lordy,
All this
lordy,
gonna blow
lordy."
up at one point or another, okay? So we can't wait to see it. That's all I'm gonna
Can't
say.
wait. I agree.
Bill is a hard head patient. We got one of those in the family. Like you always gonna have one in the family. Like yo, especially the guy.
Mm-mm.
He
He
don't want
just
no physical therapy. He talking mess to Shanice.
mm-hmm.
Uh, he
He's a
said
terrible patient.
he like I could pay you to go away. She said this is what I get paid for. He like I can pay you to go away. He like yo, he's a big baby. He does not. He want to get back into the office because you know he's the big man on campus.
Mm-hmm.
Every he always got to feel like he's in control or empowered in
Mm-hmm.
some way, shape, or form. He don't like to be looked as weak. So that's how he is.
But I loved the episodes when he was in the hospital
And Danny
and
keep
Danny
popping up
came around. Mm-hmm.
because Danny know him longer and know him the most and know what
Exactly.
he needs to hear. Like she like, this is not the Bill I know. Like she get him all this pep talk. Like, and she even acknowledged like, I can't torture you if you dead or something. She do her little digs in there because they know they ain't on the best of terms. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
But I love their interaction because, like, in the face, it's a Facebook group that talks about Beyond the Gates. And this woman, she posted on there talking about Danny was just so out of line. She is not the wife anymore. Blah blah blah. If I was her, if I was Haley, I'd have kicked her out. I said, "And good luck with your dead husband then," because she's the only one that knows him well enough to tell him about himself. And guess
Yep.
what? She seemed genuinely concerned about him, and guess
Yeah.
what else? He seemed genuinely thankful, grateful that the woman was there.
Mhm.
Because Haley may be his young, hot wife, but she's also inexperienced. His
And he
inexperience.
actually listening to Danny.
Exactly. Exactly. And Haley is just not, she doesn't capture his attention that way. Danny knows how he deals, what he's going to do, how he's going to do it. And so it was a good thing she was there. Because if
Mhm.
she wasn't, you don't know what could have happened to the man.
All right.
Why you trying to
So
have it? You got an ego. You can have an ego when it comes to that somebody's health. Let
yeah,
the person who can handle it handle it.
she knows she can't handle it because she first she's young. Is saying like the way that Danny had kind of like sun her over to the side, came in, start talking, and kind of somewhat taking over. I'm like, oh Danny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, she over there to the side looking like one of their kids. So like, Cheryl, you supposed to be the wife.
But she's not. You needed to have been in a child's place though, because you had no business.
She was looking like a child, one of their kids. I was like, oh my God, girl, you just standing to the side because she was on the other side of Naomi. Who was that? Naomi was there. It was just like, girl.
But I applaud those episodes. I was like, yes, yes,
I
this
was,
is the and then so somebody else was like, oh, okay. Do you think that this means that Danny and Bill will get back together? I'm not sure if that's the case or not, but I would not be surprised if they did get back together.
I wouldn't
And
be
this
surprised
is the
either.
start of the Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor story, like in The Bold and the
Mm,
Beautiful. But
yeah,
basically, he'll be going back and forth. He
back and
has
forth.
history with Danny, but he loves his new wife. But he realizes, oh, what I had with Danny goes back to Danny. And then when they have a rough time, he gonna go because Haley gonna probably have a baby at some point. Then he gonna go back to Haley, and oh my god, this is just soap opera drama,
Hmm.
and we can look forward to it, especially if we want longevity for the show. This is what we gonna look forward to.
Yep.
Lord.
Kat's my girl. I was down for her day one, especially when she saw through Eva and then and her supposedly guardian. And she is determined to be Nancy Drew, respect the gadget of it all, trying to take down Danny Leslie, all her aliases, okay? And she is
Mm-hmm.
getting in the way of Jacob's investigation or trying to see if Dana Leslie, all her aliases, is the one who ran Laura off the road. So yeah.
Yep, I like Cat. She getting on my nerves though, because baby, you gonna mess around. You're going to taint the evidence in a way, and Leslie's gonna go free because of you.
Mm-mm-mm. And Mona had to play along to pretend like she want to talk to Dana Leslie, even
Mm-hmm.
though we already talked about it earlier. She set her straight. For us like coming out after Anita. I mean not Anita. Nicole instead
Mm-hmm.
of Ted. So yeah. And we see that Eva's finally trying to fit in, even though sometimes her clothing choice is still gonna be her style.
Oh,
Um,
I like that. I like that sweater.
no, certain it was another outfit. I'm like, girl, what you got on? It's like an eclectic
It was probably that
outfit.
plaid one because it was
I was
weird. It looked She
like,
looked like a farmer on the top, but then she had like a skirt on, and I was like,
like,
oh,
all right. I'm like, girl, you been around these people long enough, you know how to dress. They don't not go. But yeah, I didn't mind this one. But it was another outfit. I was like, okay, you still evil. You gonna dress as you
mm-hmm,
dress. Um, Even though you around the country club scene of it all, so still could be you, I guess. But even Kat was like, I ain't got nothing to steal from you. She said, if I want some comeback books, I'll buy them myself. I'm like, what is you talking about?
she is crazy.
Cause mind you, Kat tipped Jacob off. Like we said, she keep getting involved. Cause mind you, she planted the helmet and the gloves that she found under Eva's hotel bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
bed in her hotel room. And Jacob got another search warrant. Found them in the little bench that's by the window. Took them in. Cat still. He couldn't get a warrant for the DNA.
No warrant. Mm-mm-mm.
So they had to get Mona involved. Mona had to pretend kind of be nice, trying to get her get uh out for lunch or breakfast or whatever. Trying to get some DNA off her.
Mm-hmm.
And Mona still at the end told her like, "This is what I don't understand with the whole Nicole and Ted of it all, especially the Nicole
Mm-hmm.
of it all. You have so much angst against Nicole when you the one that was sleeping with her man, and you should have been putting that all on Ted.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the child, so-called child with Ted. So, and we also see Ted give Eva a job at his law firm. I mean, at his medical practice,
Yep.
because he's as an office manager. Because she said she used to love doing hair, but she's not. She appreciate him renting the booth for her, but she's not really love doing hair anymore. She's not in love doing hair anymore. So it's like, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
he offered her the office job, manager job at his practice, along with Carson, because him and Carson work together, whatever.
Right.
And it used to be Cat job, so Cat got a lot on her plate for this personal line she got with Chelsea. So he offered her the job, and she said, "I don't have the credentials." She said, "Cat got a college degree. Like I don't know how to do billing and coding." I'm like, "Well, that's important. You could just take a class for that." But yeah, like you
Exactly.
said,
Exactly. And she's smart, so don't
right.
underestimate yourself.
And you was helping Laura because we got to see Laura. She's still trying to get back into things with the whole Nicole office of it all,
Mm-hmm.
and we see her having this new system that Eva created, and she invited Eva over at one point, trying to get the
Mm-hmm.
help, and she also know that Nicole misses Eva and Eva
Yep.
misses Nicole, so she already picked up on it.
That was nice of
I'm like,
Laura,
Laura is so
especially
nice, like,
yeah, considering the idea that you
girl.
want this woman to start coming around. You know that either she or her mama tried to take you out. And I know you leaning more towards her mother, but bringing Eva back into the fold can still bring her mother around. It's just it was kind
I
of
don't
weird,
think
but
Laura know that part. I think she thinking that her mama's on the outs. I don't think Laura know that deep about Eva and her mom still have a relationship, even
I
though
mean,
Dana
who
Leslie kicked her out.
true, true, that is true. But I just feel like, girl, at some point, I mean, people do make up. So is it still possible that you could be opening the door for? I'm looking at her and about to say Trisha, her real name,
Right.
Dana.
Hmm.
So yeah, she could still come around, but it is what it is. Laura's
Yeah,
really
Laura
nice.
is too. She's really sweet, but all that I guess Laura can just go on her interactions with Eva because Eva did see her in the hospital and stuff,
Hmm.
and on behalf of Nicole, and And I guess Laura
Yeah.
get good vibes, but when it was Dana Leslie and all her aliases came in to Laura's room that time, not the
Mm-hmm.
time she get her that potassium spike, but
That,
the
but
other
she had
time,
that. She grabbed that pillow though. I was like, girl.
yeah, the other time that she actually could see her face to face, and that's when Kat came in. So that time she probably got a bad vibe off of Dana Leslie, all her
Mm-hmm.
aliases. So she probably looking at her more than Eva, because she had a good rapport on Eva when they have interactions. So she probably just go off based off that. I don't know. Her intuition, maybe. I don't know.
Now
But
this
nevertheless, Eva still got something to do with it.
right now this
But
Tomas.
she didn't have nothing to do with initially running Laura, because she even asked Dana Leslie. And Dana Leslie was like, because at one point during this season, she was like, did I get this job because you have something to do with Laura being in the hospital? And
Mm-hmm.
Dana Leslie always want to gaslight her. I'm like, girl, if it act like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a dango duck. See, your mom is
Exactly.
lying
You know your mother is up to no
and
good.
doing all
Like,
these side missions that's not part of our plan. Come on, wake up.
I wish she would just, and even her inserting herself and grabbing the helmet and the bag or helmet
Gloves.
and the gloves. Girl, you still trying to protect your mama.
I'm like, now you implicating yourself, because her mama in her head, her mama got in her head like you gonna be accomplice because you got her. You was working her position
Mm-hmm.
and you was helping me with the whole Ted and Nicole of it all. So
Yep.
and you trying to hold this
Mm-mm.
over your mama head, you end up messing around, making yourself more involved. Like you need
Thank you.
to at least
But so did
Google the
Cat.
law or something.
Cat
And
taking
Cat
it back.
too. But the difference is Cat got the priest to protect her.
True. True. But still.
But still,
No, but
like,
Ted would protect Eva though. He would
yeah, but he
protect
ain't
her.
got that power like the priest, honey.
You
It's
know
a
what?
hierarchy.
While he may not, considering that he's in the room
Yeah, but
with all
for
the
what though?
powerful men, I'm just saying they all have something on each other, it seems like. So
Yeah,
it's
they
like,
have something on each other, but what it is, does his holdings is valuable enough? Because some people be like, okay, you can use it against me, like there ain't nothing. That don't hold no weight over here. What I got going on, you can go ahead. You can let
mm,
that.
especially if they have
It
the
depends
power
on what he know.
to get rid of folks.
Cause mind you, Ted did not know what Bill did when it came to Dana Leslie and get rid of her. So he ain't know all the logistics.
That's true. But
So
he did,
they all could be hiding stuff to each other.
but his intention in telling Bill though was for Bill to fix it. Now he may
Mm-hmm.
not have known what he was doing, but he knew that he was going to do something.
Yeah,
I
he just
think.
told her to get her out of town, trying to pay her to get out of town. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Bill has his own threats and approaches to doing stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if Ted ever saw him in action. That's the question of his
He's a
threats.
whole scandal alone. Bill is. Lord have
Oh
mercy.
yes,
A whole scandal. Now this Tomas,
that's why I put the picture down. Like, do we trust Tomas Cat?
no, no.
I don't trust him either.
I
Even
can.
Danny had to approach her like, "Oh, this your boy toy?" She had to approach him like, "Okay, look, she like a daughter to me.
The only reason why I'm not saying he doesn't like Cat. I think he likes
I
Cat,
think he like
but
her."
I think he also likes Eva, and I feel like he was trying to move in on Eva, except when Bill told him he now needs to get on the case with Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Now he has to shun
To
Eva
spy on the family,
to
on his
spy on the
daughters.
family. And so I do not try. I just don't want Cat. I'm like, Cat, I was yelling at the TV. Don't give it up, girl. Please don't give it up.
Thank you. I was like,
Because no, he cannot be trusted. He is a
he cannot
liar.
be the one. Mm-mm.
He
Even
is.
though he rejected Eva's kiss when she was giving him that book in her hotel room.
But I really truly believe that that is tied to the fact that he is on assignment for Cat, and he's a lawyer, so I think he kind of like
He
dots
trying
all
to get
his
the
I's and
partner.
crosses all his T's.
Yeah, he trying
So
to. He
even
got to
if
go to get to the partnership. And I'm like, how
Yes.
you want to be a partner at Bill Crumbling behind the scenes law firm? It's literally crumbling because he had to get rid of the other partner who's a creep to those ladies
Mm-hmm.
uh off of SA stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
But,
it's
but
just
Bill ain't no better because because now he want Tomas to spy on those meetings where they're supposed to be making it better and all this other kind of stuff. So he's not really, he's not like trying to make changes for the better for his law firm in the background. He's just playing it in everybody's face so that he
oh
appears
yeah.
to have it. And yeah, but he's the same old
He's still
scoundrel.
spying on. He got Tomas spying on the board that the girls
Mm-hmm.
agreed to, part of
Yep.
the settlement agreement. So
In soap opera language, he's a scoundrel. Bill,
yeah, I don't trust Tomas. Please don't give it up, kid.
please.
Mm-mm.
I don't like him. No, sir.
Even Danny had to approach him like she had to look him in the eye, like, "Yo, you work for my ex husband. What you doing with my niece, who's like a daughter to me?
Mm-hmm.
I got my eyes on you, cause you
That's
hurt
right.
her. You gonna feel the wrath of Danny, okay?
Period.
Behind after probably before Kat's parents, cause Danny, she like a tornado. She would come through like a wrecking ball, okay?
Mm-hmm. Act a whole fool on him.
And
Mm.
he had a first seat at the wedding, so you saw what she capable of. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so this is all I have for. Did we miss anything for this week to talk about?
Um,
We
I
talked
don't
about
think so.
June. We
Yeah, we
talked
talked
about
about John.
more.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. They are. I cannot wait until next week because I hope they play it first. I hope it's at the beginning of the week where we see all the men in the room and see what
You
the
hoping
rest.
that's the first episode? Me too.
Yeah,
But if it's gonna be the first episode, it might be the tail end. You know how they do.
that's fine. It'll still be Monday though.
She said,
I'm like, hit us at the
they're gonna
beginning, like,
look. No, they're gonna leave us on the end of them. Everybody coming in the room and looking at each other, and then it'll be the
oh,
second
that's true.
episode.
Dang, no, Monique, no.
You know how they be doing. I'll be like, oh my god, this is what we wait for, and then
It goes off. Oh,
dang
Lord
it.
have mercy. Yeah, give us. I want to articulate
Thank you,
behind the
Ginger.
scenes. Come on, hey
Yes, we need the
Ginger.
articulates. Yes, we need to see them practicing, getting in tune.
Yes, and next week, I mean, I know, she's the villain or whatever, but bring Dana back next week and show us what's next because Kat is still on the case.
She gave
And
him the knocking the DNA, but even what's his name, Marcel Malone, had to call Jacob out. Like, okay, you see how your case is going. You doing everything by the book, because
mm-hmm,
Malone is by like not doing stuff everything by the books. So
mm-hmm,
is Jacob gonna secretly get that little knocking
mm-hmm,
of Dana Leslie DNA is on tested? So we
mm-hmm.
shall see how
Well, he
Jacob.
already got the jacket, so he can get the napkin because the jacket came from a random place too. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so. And come on, Nicole, let come back into the house so y'all can work on this project. I mean, work on this marriage.
Not project. Yes, let's work on this
Come
marriage.
on.
They at least need to go to counseling at least.
Yes.
If they can't work it out with themselves, even though they both are professionals and they all right,
Mm-hmm.
but still, they need to see some outside nobody know them. They need to go outside the gates. Maybe find somebody that might not know
Yes.
them personally. So
Yes.
talk to a professional. Yes, and I can't wait to see Vernon turn up. Oh
Oh
my
my
god,
gosh. Yes.
Daddy
Finally.
Dupree.
Finally. I'm so glad. I'm like, yes, come with it. Because we always knew down deep he's that G. He's that one you really don't want to mess with. But he's very pleasant, of course. He's
He's a
learned.
senator. You
Yeah,
got to put on the
exactly.
facade.
He knows how to play dirty too, and I cannot wait because he's gonna be
Yes.
commanding the room when we see all of the men in there because they was quiet. They was
And I'm
quiet and
surprised
looking.
Bill is standing up because, mind you, he walking with a cane. Okay, he just had a
Hmm.
mini stroke, so whatever's about to go down in this room, he need to take it easy.
He's tall too. He's really tall. He's my
Yeah, he's
fraternity brother
tall.
actually, but he's really tall too. And it's so he's always like they look menacing in this scene, you know, and I just cannot wait to see how because I'm like, Martin, just be quiet and listen. But he's confused and upset and you know and it's scary too, I'm sure, because he can't remember everything.
He
So
can't remember everything,
yeah,
and it's crippling him his everyday life, and he don't know how to. And he also got a family at home, his husband and the kids. He
his
can't be
kids.
honest with.
Yep.
So it's like, oof. And he's supposed to be a
Yep.
congressman, and then he was trying to be president at one point, want to run for presidency. I'm like, no,
Exactly.
I've
That
been
made
said
no
no from the
sense.
jump. That I was with grandma and grandpa on that. No, that don't make no sense. All the
None.
skeletons in the closet. No, and you
Mm-mm.
having these dream nightmares. No,
And you know
no.
what I just thought about too, Monique, too? So Ted's in the room and he was like, oh, your dad knew all the time. That's yet another thing that Nicole doesn't know about Ted. Oh, that's not gonna
Well,
fare well
I
for him.
mean, yeah, she don't know what happened. I don't think none of the ladies. Anita probably knows so much herself, being her being the grandma of it
Mm-hmm.
all. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, Nicole. He tried to tell Nicole that he having these dreams, and she just gave him some referrals to other professionals. Even
Mm-hmm.
though his mom is a professional, but yeah, yeah. So he just telling everybody surface level stuff. Even Smitty, Smitty like, no, we not gonna cover this bullet hole with a band aid. Like you need to like, because he kind of brushed it off like the dream or nothing is not affecting him. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like he said I was just gonna take a pill. I don't know what pill he said. He's like, I just take something so I can sleep, help me sleep better at night. Smitty was like, no,
Mm-mm. No.
child, Smitty gonna
But
have
we'll see. Cause Smitty, when he uncover the stuff he uncover, it's gonna be
will he be in that gray area?
trouble,
Cause we know black. He
trouble.
always black and white. Will he go in that
Mm-hmm.
gray area? Will he turn a blind eye? Will he let some scathe? Will he cover it up? Will he pretend like he didn't find what he
Mm-hmm.
found? That's the question of the day. So yes, that is all we have for Beyond the Gates, episode 74 to 78. I think we talked well about everyone this week. So yeah. Uh so before we get out of here, make sure y'all subscribe to both our channels and hit the like button for us. And lighten up with Tisha. Tell people what you got going on your channel or what
Okay.
you already got put out.
Thank you. Okay, so me and the crew says EJ the TV junkie, Tika Deshawn, Candy Love, Tamika's Den. We all are doing Divorce Sisters on Thursdays at 8:15 p.m. That's Eastern. So go ahead and check out the last video we did on Thursday because Divorce Sisters is really good. It's a
Turning
new
up.
show by
I gotta
I almost
catch
don't
up.
want to say it, but the new show BT Plus. And then also, I will get back to my Beyond the Gates shorts. So make sure you check me out in the shorts. They're my quick, light recaps. They're 3 minutes or less on each episode of Beyond the Gates. So thank you so much for having me, Monique. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no problem, no problem. Look, for me, I got to catch up on divorces. I said I was gonna do a video and BMF. I'm catching up because this week life was life, and okay, a lot going on for you, girl. But yes, I'm supposed to catch
Mm,
up on those two. But definitely, I did Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I also do Never Ever Mets. So they just had their reunion yesterday, so I got to do a video about that. And we usually do a panel with EJ, the TV junkie, and Candy Love and Shane MCD and Miss Kara Speaks. We talk about them on the panel. So yeah,
mm-hmm.
I think that's about it for me. Yeah, so just make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know
Yes.
when I drop something or when I go live, cause you never know. Like I said, life be life, and I try to get up here when I can.
Yep.
And if you want to do this again, Letitia, we will be back. Okay,
Okay.
talk about these people. So thank
Because
you
we
all
love it.
for, yes, we love it. Thank you all for coming through. If you watching this live, replay game, let us know your thoughts on this whole drama of it all with Martin and Smitty and the whole gang of men, the crooks and the professional crooks. Let's call them that.
Right.
Okay, and we will see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.
Bye.